All right, everyone out there in mandolin land, Mike Heading here. I've got a little mini mandolin lesson for you. I wanted to give you a couple techniques you can use to make your mandolin playing sound a little bit more traditional. If you like that Bill Monroe style mandolin playing, this will be a lesson for you to check out. So, traditional mandolin style is actually heavily influenced by fiddle. So, Bill Monroe once said that he was essentially a fiddle player who played mandolin. So he interpreted a lot of his melodies and how he approached a melody through the lens of old-time fiddle players. That was a big influence on his style. You might have heard of his Uncle Pen. That was a big influence on him, right? So that traditional mandolin style is heavily influenced by fiddle. Modern mandolin style is probably a little bit more guitaristic. So it uses kind of guitar style to interpret modern mandolins. So just kind of some stylistic differences there. But I wanted to give you a couple exercises you can use to bring out this more traditional style. So let's jump into this lesson. So what we're going to do for this lesson is use our pinky to bring out some drone strings to basically fill up the sound, to make it sound like there's more going on. This lesson will also be a really good pinky strengthening exercise. My pinky, I always want it to be stronger, so any lesson or warm-up exercise I can use to strengthen my pinky, I'm always in favor of. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our pinky and we're going to play on the 7th fret of each of the strings, which is where, if you're in tune, hopefully that is the same note as the string above it. And if it's not perfectly in tune, don't worry too much as long as it's close, right? It's mandolin, so that's what we're going to practice. And what you can do is you can practice sliding into it. You can slide from the 4th fret, you can slide from the 5th fret, or the 6th fret. I just want to practice landing up on that 7th fret and see how I'm playing both the strings. And the key there that you have to do is you really have to play right on the top part of your finger. Your fingernail can't be too long, right? You don't want to play on the bottom pad part of your finger. It's kind of a common to try and do it like that. You need your finger to be really straight down. If you can, hopefully you can see that on the video. So I'm really coming straight down. Otherwise, if you do it back like this, you're going to be muting that string above it, right? So this is also going to help you develop really good left hand technique. You can't be back too much like this. You need to keep your hand out. And then I'm sliding in. You can try it on each string. And again, it doesn't matter what fret you slide from, you just want to land up on the 7th fret. So that'd be the first thing, is just practice sliding around with your pinky. That might take you a little bit if you've never played with your pinky before. But just practice sliding, get a little bit of that first sound. Right? So I'm just sliding up to that 7th fret, okay? So once you get that down, I'll show you the next thing we can do. Okay, so now that we've got that down, what we're going to do is we're going to add notes on the D string to start playing some melodies while keeping our pinky down. So what you can practice is do, let's see if you can see this on the video. So I'm doing the 2nd fret with my index finger. You can do open, obviously no fingers, 2nd fret. You can do your middle finger, 4th fret. And then you can do your ring finger, 5th fret. See, I'm getting kind of, I'll do it without my pinky for a second. I'm playing like the first 4 notes of a D major scale. Right? So instead of just doing it like that, which again, that's like the melody that we're trying to play, but it's not quite as interesting as doing it this way. And it's okay if it's a little kind of like crunchy sounding. That's part of the style. You can also do the 3rd fret. It's a big stretch with your 2nd finger, which would be like minor, right? So, okay? So what you can practice once you get that down is playing little melodies, like something like the opening to Arkansas Traveler. Something like that we could do. So again, you can start adding that little, again, I said it's a very fiddleistic move. That's very common on fiddle, is to have this pinky anchored. You might even hear like a little slide like that. sliding back into it. Or like a little ending to a phrase like that, very common. So I'm sliding into that 7th fret, and then I'm playing an upstroke with that 2nd fret down on the D string and then coming back, right? Let's try it on the A string. And again, obviously, shake it out. You know, your pinky might be screaming at this point. So, you know, obviously, I don't expect you to get this overnight. Shake it out. Obviously, if it's hurting at all, take a break. But it's really good pinky strengthening practice to be able to play those shapes. And then again, I'm kind of going down here and then playing. Like, again, another song that's perfect for that is like Sally Gooden. Instead of like... something like that, right? That's very, like, that's more like how you would play it on a fiddle, or sliding into that, like I said. So again, anytime you have a note or a little melody you want to play like that, you can now add that lower string. And you don't have to do it the whole time too, right? So you could slide into it and then go to single notes if you want, right? So again, you can kind of add it as you want. Just think of this as like a shape. It's also just good, like I said, fingers practice. You could practice like tremoling. You really need some finger strength. You can see you're probably going to feel it right in like the side of your finger right here. And that's really good practice just to be able to get all those notes to ring out. So again, like that pinky slide is very common. So again, like I said, I would probably throw it in occasionally, maybe if I'm playing like a little melody. And then if your pinky gets tired, just take it off, give it a break. Very nice for getting little harmonies. You know, there's other ones you can do eventually out of that same shape. Right? But again, it's all kind of working out of that shape that we're playing. You know, something like Angeline the Baker would be, again, another one you could use that on. Something like... slide up. And again, you know, like I said, you don't have to do it every time, so you could also be like... Or again, it's just like a nice little way to fill up those little melodies. Instead of just going... Now you go... Obviously, you're going to have to play around with this technique and see where it fits in your songs. But if you've been playing some fiddle tunes, this will be a great little thing you can add. Obviously, the lower string is the key of D, the middle string is the key of A, the high string is the key of E, right? So you have those different shapes that we're working out of depending on what key you're in. So all you do is just shift the whole thing down or up a set of strings. That's all you got to do. All right, so I don't want to give you too much stuff to practice for one lesson. Just get this shape down. You know, obviously, like I said, shake it out. Practice this as a short little warm-up, right? You don't have to do this for, you know, every practice session, but it might be a really good way to just get your hand a little bit stronger. That's a big part of mandolin playing, is having a strong hand that can stretch out like that too. Like that pinky stretch, you're going to be doing some big stretches, so it'll be good strengthening practice for your hand. All right, hopefully that helps you out. Good luck and keep picking. You got this.